Hello, students. Today I'm going to walk you guys through how to start our project and work on your project that you're going to be doing with your advisory group. So the first thing you're going to do is the teachers, and I'm going to show your teachers how to do this as well. Your teachers are going to be inviting you to a classroom group on Google Earth, and you're going to be creating a group project on Google Earth. Now, again, it's a group project where we'll be putting this together as a group, but you'll be graded individually based on the part that you're doing. So, teachers, you'll get a link. I'll send you a link that will, yours will already be started. So, for example, if you look over here on the left side, you can see I've already created everybody's project for them. All you have to do then, teachers, is go in and invite your students and get them added. And the way you do that is once you open up your project, you'll just click on Share Project, and then you will type in kids in your class and then add them here. So I'll go ahead and um, add a student just to show you how. Again, make sure they are an editor, and then you'll click Send, and they will get an email. And now they have edit access. So you'll do that for each of your pod students. And then teachers, that's pretty much all you have to do on your end. Again, Mr. Lair and I will then be able to see, we are also added to all of these. So we'll be able to see kind of what your students are doing and what their project looks like. The next thing, once you have got your link, you are going to then decide which place you're doing. So again, make sure you're going to be talking it over with your pod, and you're going to pick a place in East Asia, and I'll be giving you a list of places that you can pick. But the big thing you'll have to discuss with your pod is to make sure that you're not doing the same place more than once. So, for example, if I'm doing the Great Wall of China, no one else in my pod can do the Great Wall of China. So you guys as a pod will have to figure out how you're going to assign different places. Once you have your place, so I'm going to go ahead and do Great Wall of China. Okay, you're going to click on New Feature, and you're going to click Search to add a place. And I'm going to type in the Great Wall of China, and it'll pop up. Now, again, you'll want to make sure. So, like this one's in Australia. That's not the Great Wall of China that I'm looking for. This is the museum. I want the actual place. So, I'm going to click on this, and it has taken me to the Great Wall of China. Now, notice you'll need to be careful. Make sure your point, it may not be right on it. I can tell the Great Wall of China is actually up here and the point's down here. So what I'm going to do now is you'll see over here it says Add to Project. I'm going to click on Add to Project. Now this is very important. I do not want Wikipedia's information. You're going to be adding your own information. So you're going to click Edit Place. Okay, and now over on the left-hand side is where you can make your edits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this, because this information is provided by Google, so it's not provided by Mr. Raymond. So I'm going to replace this, and now everything is blank. And now here's where I can do my own editing. So I'll need to go over and decide which part I'm on. So name of place is number 1. So it's already on here. It already has Great Wall of China. Then I'm going to figure out when it was built. So when it was built will be my first one.
Yeah.
The Great Wall of China was built in, and this is where you'll go and you will research. So I'll just do a simple Google search. So if I go down here, the Great Wall of China was constructed from the 7th century BC and lasted until 1878. Okay, so Now, this one, since it was so long ago, I'm not going to be as specific. I probably won't have a day, and maybe not even a specific year. Um, so I'm going to put just 7th century. Okay, so I'll go back to my project and type in 7th century. Right? And so you'll just do that for each one of this information. So when it was built, describe what type of place. So for this one, I'm going to figure out why it was built. Okay, so I may not get a good reason here. So I might have to go find another website. Again, try to avoid Wikipedia. History Channel, let's try them. And then I'm going to read through here, and I'm going to see if I can figure out why it was built. And I think I found a reason for in there to keep away invaders and as a fortification system. So I would put that in there. Describe why it's important. So I would just describe why is this such a famous place is what you're looking for. So I would look through here and figure out why this place is famous, and then I would put that on my project. And then I will go and find a picture that goes with it. To do that, you just click on the photo thing here, and you do a simple Google search, and then type in the place. The place that Great Wall of that you're doing, Great Wall of China. Find one that looks good to you. Okay, and you can add more if you want. And again, you just have to have one for the bare minimum. But again, if you want to do the best, you might add a few different pictures. So that you get a good feel of what this place is like, or so that other people who are looking at yours, because again, we'll be kind of sharing these with pods, and other kids are going to be looking at your work. So it might be good to add even more than just one picture. Okay, so that's that part. And then the last part, you're going to capture this view on Google Earth. So what I mean by that is, so like right now, you don't really see Google Earth, or you don't see the Great Wall of China on my screen. So I'm going to try to get it so that I can see the Great Wall. And you can always do the street view, which is kind of cool. And that's probably your best, I would think, probably your best bet if it's available to you, because then you can actually see up close and personal what the wall looks like. So this is the view that I'm going to capture. So there's the Great Wall of China. I'm going to capture this view. And now this will be the view when people click on your slide. This will be the view that they see. Okay. The next thing you can mess with, you obviously want to make sure you have the info box. You can make it small or large. You can mess with the color of your marker. You can pick a icon that kind of fits historic building. I would say that fits what I'm doing here. And then I'm good. So there's no really save button. Don't click this for set to default. It'll erase all your stuff. So then if you click back, you'll see this, that you have successfully created a place for your project. So then if you want to see what it looks like, you click present. And again, you'll have more information over here. I just did the first one. You'll have much more information. So then and then you have your picture. And this is basically all that you have to do. You just have to make one place for your whole, on your project. And then there'll be other projects or other kids' places on this same project. Last thing that I forgot to go over, before you finish, somewhere at the bottom of this text box, write down your name so that I know this was your place. Okay, so if I'm grading it, let's say Joe Smith. Just put that there so I know to give Joe his points. Okay, so this is what you are going to be doing. Each kid in each pod will have their own, but they'll be a part of your classroom's project.